Hello, my name is Ben Rogers. I'm with the Rogers Long Team powered by Hometown Realty, and today I'm here to talk to you about turning your database to dollars. A lot of people like to ask me about the social media generation, and I'm here to tell you that having an online presence is definitely important, and there are certainly productive ways to generate leads through online resources. But working with your database, relational marketing, has been and always will be the most efficient way to generate quality leads, and it's certainly more fun than working with e-leads. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with turning your database into dollars. What does it mean to be in sales? Sales is one type of business. It's a lead generation business. If you don't have leads, you will fail. One of the best parts about being in sales is there's no ceiling to what you can earn or what you can do, but there's also no floor. Sales is a contact sport. It takes time. You must be persistent. Do not be afraid that you are bothering people. If you are hesitant, your relationships will be as well. Be the source of the source. If you feel that you are bothering people, contact them for a different reason, because you're resourceful, not just because you're a realtor looking for leads. We've talked about what it means to be in sales. Let's talk about what it takes to be in sales. I refer to these as the 5 C's. The number 1 is confidence. You must believe in yourself and the value that you provide. Number 2 is competence. This is simple. You have to know what you're talking about. You must be willing to grow and improve your skills. Competitiveness. Clients want to know why you are better than your competition. Why are you the best? Andy Andrews says that true competitors are exhaustively prepared. And by preparing, you're competing when no one else even knows there's a game going on. Then we have consistency. You're going to plan the month, schedule the week, and prioritize the day. Systems are the driving force of consistency. What systems and plans do you have in place to generate business? And finally, we have care. Relationships are more important than transactions. Deepening relationships leads to building trust. Brian Buffini says that working by referral is all about trust. When we are seeking any service, we are all looking for someone that we can trust. As we get into building your database, remember this key point. It's not what you know. It's not even who you know. It's what you know about who you know. Let's talk about creating a database. What is a database? A database is not a list of numbers and emails and addresses, and it certainly does include that, but what a database is a list of relationships. A database is your unpaid sales force working for you. Who is in your database? Well, people that you have relationships with. We qualify those people by asking them a very simple question. We call it the mayor campaign. If you were buying or selling a house or had a friend or family member that was, would I be the realtor that you refer them to? If the answer to that question is yes, then they're a qualified candidate for your database. How are you going to build your database? Well, 2 very easy answers for that. You have past clients and you have current clients. People that have worked with you or are working with you currently that already have put their trust in you. A common objection to this, especially for newer agents, is, well, I don't have any clients. What am I going to do? Family, friends, go to events, your associations, your church, your youth league organizations, whatever it is where you have relationships with other people is a great place to start. Make sure we're gathering all the contact information, including phone numbers, email addresses, mailing addresses, then finally, any relational information that you can get, including birthdays, wedding anniversaries, kids' birthdays, and things of the like. Let's talk about working your database. There are 3 distinct ways to work your database. They are voice-to-voice interactions, face-to-face interactions, and then finally, the dreaded personal handwritten note. Let's dive deeper into each. Voice-to-voice interactions. This is the phone call. This is the easiest and least expensive way to generate leads. The only way to generate quality leads is to actually ask for referrals to those that might want to buy and sell. The best part about working relationally is that you already know the people that you're calling. Key point, texting is the easy way out. Make the actual phone calls. It's called voice-to-voice for a reason. Face-to-face interactions. These can include a variety of activities. which include popping by some of the people that you know to show them that you care with a small gift, breaking bread with folks to deepen your relationship, biz chat with business partners to discuss how you can help refer them business. We're going to practice the giver's gain. The more you give, ultimately, the more you'll receive. We have client events, business mixers, and other social events are great ways to get face-to-face with those people that you trust and that trust you. Remember, you are making a big mistake if you leave any face-to-face interactions without asking for the business. And finally, we have personal handwritten notes. The most powerful way to anchor a relationship down is by sending a personal handwritten note. Yes, it does take time to do these, but that's why they are so incredibly important. If you're writing notes to follow up, it means that you have been making voice-to-voice and face-to-face interactions. This is a great way to gauge your lead generation productivity. Voice-to-voice, face-to-face, and handwritten notes are like clockwork. You're going to make the proactive call to ask for business and set an appointment. You're going to go meet somebody face-to-face over coffee or lunch or a biz chat or at an event. And finally, you're going to anchor that relationship down by following up with a personal handwritten note, thanking that relationship for their time. Let's talk about the actual conversation you're going to have with your relationships, whether it be a voice-to-voice or a face-to-face interaction. It's not a script, it's a dialogue. When you're speaking with your database, whether it's on the phone or in person, we need to make sure we're making it relational. We're going to connect personally. We're going to deepen the relationship. We're going to ask questions to better get to know the person. Remember, it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's what you know about who you know. Most importantly, we need to make sure we're explaining how we work differently than our competition. There are two ways to communicate with your referral sources and people in your database. You have transactionally. That's a script. And then we have relationally, which is a dialogue. Here's an example of a transactional script, which we don't recommend when we're working relationally. We did a great job for you, right? You think we're great, right? Do you know anyone else that I can work with? Who do you know? Who do you know? That is a very transactional way of talking to somebody. Here's an example of a relational dialogue while at the same time explaining how you work. While other realtors spend their time cold calling, door knocking, and all these other things they call prospecting, I choose to work exclusively by referral, which allows me to keep my focus on you. My goal with every transaction is to serve you to the best of my ability so that you're comfortable referring me to your family, your friends, and your coworkers. Does that make sense? That's a relational dialogue versus a transactional script. Getting started working the database. There are three things that are 100% in your control: your attitude, your effort, and your energy. Turning your database to dollars requires all three: attitude, effort, and energy. It requires action. In order to have the ability tomorrow to do what others can't, today you need to commit to doing what others won't. I'll conclude with a quick action plan to get you started on turning your database into dollars. And remember, this can work even if you don't have any clients yet. Step 1, create your database with pen and paper. Yes, you are actually going to get a pen and a piece of paper, or multiple pieces of paper. You're going to make a list of everyone that you know and handwrite notes on what you know about each of these relationships. Ask yourself 2 questions when going through this list of relationships. Do you trust them? Do they trust me? Organize your database with as much contact information as you can for each person, and consider inputting your database into a CRM that might be recommended by a coworker who's used it before. Step 2, get to work. It's time to market yourself. Make the proactive calls to ask for business and set face-to-face interactions. Deepen the relationship over coffee, over lunch, in a biz chat, or at a social event. Get face-to-face with the people that you know will refer you business in the future. Follow up with a personal handwritten note to anchor that relationship down. Once again, this process of voice-to-voice to face-to-face to a personal handwritten note to anchor the relationship down, it's like clockwork. And finally, step 3, and this is a little advanced. After you've qualified your database, meaning you've confirmed that they will or won't refer you, Here are some other ideas for marketing yourself. Send out a monthly mailer to the people that you know, not just random people that you've never met before. Send out a monthly email to keep in touch with relationships. Host business mixers or host client parties. The best part about hosting an event is that it goes right back to the fundamentals of working your database. You make the call to invite the relationship, you see the relationship at the event to ask for business, and you follow up with a personal handwritten note to thank. I'll end the training with a quote that hopefully motivates you to get going, keep going, and never give up. You will fail, and that's okay. But failure is just another step on your way to success. Michael Jordan said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Let's make sure we take that mindset moving forward. Thanks for watching.